What's good, family? It's your boy, Unico Williams. We with another episode of What's the Trend 99, man. We got so much going on this week. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got Jake Paul, Money Mayweather. Is it really going down? And of course, Dr. Umar, he got to make an appearance. What's the deal with him and Dr. Samuel? Is he a doctor? We'll find out. Tell me, what's good, homeboy?
What's up, Alpha? It's your boy, the Alpha mate, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. This week's been crazy. Let's talk about it.
Let's get right to it. These is fighting words when it comes to me. Got your hat. Got your hat. Oh, I got to go. Man, Jake Paul just went in and grabbed Money Mayweather, the undefeated boxer that nobody's ever seen before. I'm just so confused. The disrespect. How you feeling?
I'm feeling like Jake Paul might have made this fight $100 million fight. I'm just saying. I didn't care. And now I kind of care. I felt like Floyd's gonna do his walkthrough thing. Let him do his thing, make him look good, then finish him. And that gave Logan a 1% chance out of 99 to land a punch. Now it's 1 out of 1,000. It's Floyd going fully in, and Jake Paul is the cause of it. Also taking all the attention from his brother, who now is not even trending, while the other two are. And for the people who don't know, taking someone's hat is considered a part of your persons. That is technically assault. Taking anything off of somebody, if you took your glasses off, the earphones, if it's on my body, that's considered assault. So Jake Paul basically assaulted, and his bodyguards did what they do when you assault people. When you assault the person they protect, they kind of stumped him out. Shout out to Logan, though, the only one of Jake's team to actually try to punch somebody. Because everybody else on Jake's team was like,
if I may have a moment here, also, this took place in the Hard Rock Cafe or the Hard Rock Coliseum in Miami, Florida today. The Dolphins play there. And his bodyguards definitely look like some linemen. They were some big dogs as far as Mayweather goes. But do you think this was staged, or do you think this was real?
I thought the whole thing was staged until he took the head off, because I think Floyd was setting up a fight with Jake. And then Jake did it for a TikTok. And I don't think he would have took that serious that you took a head off, because again, if you're not around from where we around and you don't understand what disrespect is, taking someone's hat off is basically spitting on them, because we love our hat, especially if your hair looks like Floyd's did. That is ultimately disrespect, because please, my hat make me look better. And I'm honoring Floyd today. He ain't gonna be here next time y'all see me.
Well, I can say this much. That definitely looked like a YouTube video to me. Like, that looked like I could see the whole setup where they got the generic YouTube music going up, leading up into him grabbing the hat, and then all these different cameras.
I said the same thing till I saw how mad Floyd really was.
Cameras all around them. They had a whole bunch of cameras around them, a lot, and you had to be. It was the where they run out. Where the Dolphins run out.
ESPN them, all of them were there. Yes. So they was all there, and I said the same thing until I saw how actually mad Floyd looked, and I had never seen Floyd look that mad, even for performing. I never seen him that mad. Except for when one time he was in a bar on that Showtime show, he got that mad.
Well, I think that this fight is about to make a whole lot more money just because of that right there, because it does look like a YouTube stunt. And also at the same time, people in the hood might be like, Money Mayweather might really be mad. Anything else on that? Is it a man?
Now, if it comes out that Floyd is fighting both of them in one night, that was 100% staged. If that come out as 100%, they set that up for the 2-nighter and Floyd make more money.
How dare you make Logan Paul the final boss of that night? How dare you do that?
They say make Jake Paul the final boss, so he's like, yo. Because Floyd did hint a lot, I'll fight both of y'all in the same night. And if it do happen, that was 100% staged. If not, Jake Paul's mouth was bleeding. That bodyguard did punch him. Maybe that bodyguard didn't know it was fake because he did hit him. I don't know. Floyd didn't really punch at him, but that bodyguard 100% punched at him. And that lip was busted and that teeth were chipped. So, unless you did it for the video, do it for the vine.
Somebody yelled in there. Somebody yelled out, I want everybody arrested. Somebody yelled that. Who was that?
I have no clue. There's a lot of people. Like I said, ESPN, a lot of things. It went crazy. That was the most viral moment of the week. That was insane. By the way, to the people who said, why is Floyd fighting him again? We're going to say the same thing. He's retired. He'll allowed to do what he wants. I've never seen so many people try to force somebody to do something out of retirement. Somebody actually said fight a fresh Canelo. I'm like,
no.
Floyd is 5 years retired. Canelo's in his prime. That's stupid. Well, Ford fight Canelo when you were young. Canelo was still undefeated. And the only loss he ever took. Why would Floyd not fight a serious fight in 5 years to fight Canelo? That doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for Floyd. I wouldn't recommend him do that. He's fighting for money, and he probably didn't know he was dealing with YouTubers, and now he's mad.
Anything else on SLMA?
That's it.
I got to ask you, though, speaking of two titans, this is the real fight. We got Dr. Umar Johnson, who we bring up at least every episode, because that's how we get down. And then versus the new up and coming, let me get newest one. Dr. Oh, wait, he's not, is he a doctor?
He's just Kevin Samuels.
Just Kevin Samuels. He sits in his office and he tells women about themselves. And also, I know that you've been on that kind of tirade the last week or so. Who you got in this fight?
I did that for a day, and it was for 3 specific people. But it was very specific. I also don't put people names on Twitter because they don't get clout off me. Stop retweeting things you don't like. It gives it clout. I see a lot of people talking about this fight stupid. Why they haven't? You retweeted it. It got more responses because of you. But to them, this is actually huge. I want to see a debate. Cause you don't get that hotep speak when you get there like he's preaching at a sermon versus like this pseudo intellectual man who start asking like psychology talk. Why do you feel like that, brother?
I see it like this. I see it as the person that stands up in front of the universities, maybe speaks at graduations around the country, versus that cat that stand outside of the barbershop every single day trying to spit to these young boys and let them know the real. And it's kind of hard because you love Nas, but it's something about Jay-Z. So this is gonna be a good conversation if they were ever to do it. They both come from two different sides, and I'm excited about it.
By the way, I've stated I agree with some of what Dr. Umar says, not all. I agree with some of what Kevin Samuels say. Probably half, a little less than Kevin Samuels be going wild. But again, forming your own opinion is what you do. You don't follow. We already had an episode, by the way, go watch it, about following alpha males and being a beta male. By the way, ain't nothing wrong with being a beta male, but please don't just be a follower beta male. That's your kind of name. But in this case, you got a guy who clearly found the new target of his angst that can make him grow even more. And not just be a mean person. You go after Kevin Samuels. He the hot topic right now. Dr. Umar is a businessman. Kevin Samuels like, one day he's going to build that school. I believe you're going to build that school one day, Dr. Umar. I believe in you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I
heard it was already built. They just need some people to donate time now. They need people to donate time.
He need more donations. That's you talking about. He need more donations. Okay. I see you, Dr. Umar. I believe in you. Kevin Samuels called him on that. Told him 2 times. 2 times, I must say, that he done divorced a black queen, so he dissed him again. Dr. Umar did bring up a point. He called some, I think he said, is it 12 black men who down women, he said? And you can't down our queens and all that. Hey, it's wild out here. We got Dr. Umar versus Kevin Samuels. That's something I never thought I'd see.
I just think it's funny how you slid that shade in there about more donations.
Yo, what
see, Kevin, he don't want just donations of money. He needs donations of time too. So
we're all about the donations over here, though, on that name too. My goal was to start at school too. I ain't asked for no donation yet. I'm gonna Dr. Umar hit me up, bro. I want to start one too. My nonprofit is something amazing. We gonna start that school. I already got some grants we looking at. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Umar? Kevin said me can't say nothing when you build it, dog.
Hey man, shout out to that. Anything else about Kevin and Dr. Umar?
Man, let us know. Like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what y'all think. Who you rocking with? Who you rocking with? Even in the Jake Paul thing. Was Jake Paul cornered for doing the 6th grade got your hat thing? Was Floyd way too mad? Was it staged? Was it not? Tell us who side you on Dr. Umar versus Kevin Samuels. Yeah, tell us who side you on. Who do you agree with? Is Kevin Samuels too hard on women? Is Dr. Umar? I saw somebody
too hard on everybody.
I saw people say he just caping. So that's what he do. That's what people say. They say that's the joke. Man, I like Dr. Umar, so I ain't gonna make the second joke I was gonna make, but I like Dr. Umar.
We gonna keep that in the back of our mind. And on the last topic today, we got Aaron Rodgers in the house. More news. Some people are saying that Adam Schefter just decided to break some news that we already knew at a very inopportune time, being the day of the draft. And he said that basically he did it with no sources. He just dropped some news. What you think about that?
First off, for the people who don't know, that's how stories get broke. They ask for information, they get information, they put a story together. That's how reporters work. That's also why they shouldn't act like they're better than YouTubers, because YouTubers can do the same exact thing. Some reporters do act like, hey, I'm official, I'm real, you just on YouTube. I'm like, Philly D do his job. I saw that's a situation with Philly D make that situation up where she said that she's credible and Philly D is just like a YouTuber like Jake Paul. And I'm like, there are two totally different fields of YouTube. You know, YouTube is big. It's not just one group. YouTube is the biggest platform, bigger than television. It's just so many different groups that television mainstream hits. So yeah, so like I said, reporters do that. That's how they job work. They gather information. Absolutely. And they killed Aaron. People killed Aaron Rodgers talking about he was selfish with Adam Schefter. That's the messed up part. People were killing Aaron Rodgers for something that Schefter decided to just randomly do.
Yeah, that like the Packers, they had the answer to that. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, he had an answer for that. Obviously Aaron Rodgers didn't, but then that broke out the new news about him saying that the GM is like Kraus of The Last Dance. If you watch that about Michael Jordan and his final championship season with the Chicago Bulls, he likened him to the GM that Jordan had. So that makes him answer questions about, so you think you're Jordan, and just pretty much just pulling over the main point. Yeah, the main point was just he wants to get out and the GM sucks. But some are saying that maybe even that group text, that's not even real news. So we got to be careful out here because people say anything.
Yeah, and people create stories, and TV is just like what's the name? They clickbait. That's why Tucker Carlson, again, a friend of the show, always get so many views because he's a clickbait liar who just make up stories that's interesting to a certain group of people. So that's how he gets views.
And I want you to ask me how I know this. So Shannon Sharp and I, we talk all the time. Ask me how I know this.
How do you know this?
Oh, he retweeted me a couple of times. We're good friends. Yeah, I just want y'all to know, anytime I say anything, it's backed by Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, that's his source right there. His source is Uncle Shannon. You know what I mean? So
Shannon Sharp, absolutely.
But again, that's why you should take everything you hear with sort of a grain of salt. You can't call Aaron. I seen Stephen A. the morning before that news broke, because it broke at about 12, 11. Stephen A. said...
It was early. Eastern Standard Time, it was earlier. Yes, absolutely. 11, 10 o'clock, EST.
At 10 o'clock, I saw Stephen A. said Aaron Rodgers looked weak. So now you got somebody with notoriety calling a man weak on a story he didn't set out over something he didn't do on the platform that Adam Schefter works for. Yes, and people not going to check the story. Shout out to Pat McAfee and everybody talking about it, but they are not going to check the story. They're going to go with it. Aaron Rodgers is a prima donna. That's what they're going to go with. The Packers are trying to set Aaron Rodgers up.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, shout out to Pat. Pat
McAfee said no. Aaron Rodgers did not say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He would never say that. He would never let that out. He might say it, but that don't sound like him.
Yeah, like I said, man, everybody equal. I saw Pat get mad at some reporter talking about he's a sports influencer instead of a company. He got upset about that. It's all kind of stuff. Reporters are just like human beings. They make mistakes. They do everything. They sometimes act holier than thou. Some of the reporters have zero audience and they just say clickbait stuff to try to get views because that's how they get paid. How do I know this? You know we do this every week. How do I know this? Because I did it before. I wrote for a website. So I did it back in 2013 when I first got out of college. So.
And you know, Zelmay and I, we are trusted members of the media. So you know that.
Yeah. I've been with politicians forever and pastors.
Hey, listen. I got breaking news about the Pacers. There's some bad chemistry going on.
That is true.
Did he see how I broke the news?
Yeah, we breaking news. We saw it. That's how we know. We saw
Just
it.
like everybody saw what was about to happen. What was about to happen with Aaron Rodgers. He's not happy. He's in quote unquote jeopardy. With that being said, you got anything else for us today, Zelmay?
I know the irregulars on Netflix was canceled. I talked about it on Keep It 99. I told you the flaws with the show. The flaws were too much to overcome, so that show got canceled. What?
It's officially canceled now.
Yes, it's not. It's got canceled quick too. It just came out. Def Jam Vendetta is trending. The people want it back. The people want it back. Florida just signed a very controversial Voting Rights Act, which restricts mail-in ballots and all of that. Also, Montana and South Carolina just ended at the end of June. They will end in June 27th. I don't know about South Carolina, but I know Montana has made a date. They will end the federal product of unemployment. So that $300-$400 will end June 27th. And anything else? Jeff Carter, the MLB, they are having a lot of fights. It's kind of bad. Jack Ellinger, rest in peace. He just passed away. Jake Ellinger, my bad.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the Colts quarterback. We just drafted his big brother,
Sam Ellinger. He just that's his brother. So rest in peace to him. I hate that happened.
Absolutely.
I also found out that the taxes, if you make less than $75,000, the bill that just passed, the COVID relief bill, you will barely pay any federal income tax this year coming up. So that's actually good news. That's it for me.
Big returns next week.
One thing. Birthing persons is now trending. Cori Bush, senator, has called people who give birth birthing persons. I want you to think about that and how we are now considered female as an object term. Think about, is this an object term? And think about how weird society is getting in that. So like, where does it end? We'll talk about that later on.
What?
Yeah, that's what's trending today.
And that was what is trending on a huge bomb here out of nowhere, left field, like my boy Lay Alpha always does. Much love. It's your boy Nico Williams. That's what's the trend. Anything else for him?
Remember to please keep stomping, cause today something amazing happened. Peace.
Peace.
Fly right past up